A Best Business Guide Introduction. This book covers most practical things about how to get into business, run a business and improve your business. It contains information like entrepreneurship, how to start a business, the legal structure of a business, many parts to running a business, buying and selling a business, getting money to fund your business, accounting, paying taxes, getting cheated in business, advertising, marketing, publicity, sending things, setting up an event, business opportunities and franchises. It is a compilation of material from several hundred books at the number 650-659 section of the library, online business knowledge and my own ideas. All people are blobs of ego. Your bottom line is to make money. You do that by making customers, suppliers, employees, and even the tax man feel important and good, like Dale Carnegie said in his 1936 book about making friends and influencing people. It doesn't matter how fake you are. Act like you care about the people you deal with in business even if you hate them. Machiavelli's idea from his book The Prince was to pretend to love people and treat them well face to face while using any dirty trick you want to improve your situation. It only backfires if you get caught, but most people rarely do because everybody is a loner scheming for themselves. If anyone is allying with everyone else as loners, very rarely will they all unite to out the evil one as a backstabber because they're all scheming too, but it happens sometimes. Schemers win on a lot of reality TV shows. The good guys and gals get creamed early. That's the real world. I learned that anger, bad-mouthing and antagonism create enemies. They solve nothing. No matter how evil you are, keep your mouth shut. That's what it says in the book of Proverbs from 2,500 years ago. Keep quiet. Focus on the bottom line, money. They say business isn't personal. The truth is that everything is personal. Make friends, not enemies, even if they're fake friends. Money talks, bullshit walks. You can solve most conflicts and problems with money. I won't say everybody is corrupt, but I believe at least 90% of all people can be easily corrupted with money. I was 17 years old when I got recruited to go to a military college in Canada similar to West Point in the United States. I was brought up going to nice friendly Catholic schools. I entered this Machiavellian shithole of a military college where my naive idealism was immediately crushed. I saw true human nature unleashed, much like William Golding's novel Lord of the Flies, about a bunch of kids reverting to savagery on a deserted island, and an old Edgar G. Robinson movie I saw once. I believe it was called Sea Dogs. It was about a bunch of cutthroat, backstabbing, cruel pirates on a ship. Business can be nice if you set up a small friendly coffee shop or an ice cream stand in a small town, but when you get to the sales departments of big companies, it gets competitive and cutthroat. I was brought up in the Bible. Here's what it says about human nature. Jeremiah 17:9. The heart is deceitful above all things and beyond cure. Who can understand it? New Living Translation. The human heart is the most deceitful of all things, and desperately wicked. Who really knows how bad it is? Proverbs 4:23 says, above all else, guard your heart, for everything you do flows from it. As the Christian I see myself as, I'm supposed to admit to myself that I know I'm naturally evil by virtue of my human genome, but I'm supposed to rise above it through the power of God to be a decent person. Guard your heart in an evil world. In the Bible, I remember at least 3 times when the evil ways of people caused their destruction. Sodom and Gomorrah. Noah. Tower of Babel. Somebody made a quote that went something like, I know how evil I am in the privacy of my mind, and I think I'm a pretty good person. How can I possibly trust anybody? The lesson for you in business is that you will always be surrounded by evil people, many times wolves in sheep's clothing. Keep a good reputation through it all. If you lose it, you're mud in business, especially with the cancel culture going on nowadays for one mistake, except for evil people who flock together and use each other. Case in point, the dude from Works who ripped off his investors and got away with about $1 billion free and clear. Last I heard about him is that he's getting new investment money from sharks who think he can make them more money. Dante Alighieri made jealousy, greed, and gluttony 3 of his 7 deadly sins. We live in a culture of material excess. There is always somebody gunning for you to rip off if they think you got something. True crime shows have a number of episodes of business partners killing each other. Be a good guy or gal, but don't trust anyone with money. I watched most episodes of the 16 seasons of the MSNBC show American Greed. Get a load of the episode Sticky Fingers, Life in the Fraud Lane. This nerdy accountant Sandy Jenkins at the Collins Street Bakery in Corsicana, Texas figured out how to rip them off for millions of dollars by putting in checks with numbers close to legitimate ones then cashing them, but on the company accountant it was a cancelled check, so it never registered. Nobody could figure out why their profits were going down. They attributed it to improvements they were doing to the business. Nobody caught it until a new accountant saw a weird-looking cancelled check. He ended up killing himself in jail. It's okay to love your business and focus on the action part of getting things done, but always keep an eye on your money. Billy Joel and the former pop group the Bay City Rollers trusted their managers who stole all their money. Somebody made a short-lived TV show where they reenacted shoplifting events. A retailer who sold expensive clothes could not figure out how some of his high-end stuff was being stolen. He had cameras at the front door. They figured out one of his employees went to a back window that was above an alleyway. She threw stuff down while her boyfriend picked it up and took it away. I come from a retail family. We learned that you never leave one clerk alone in a store. Preferably, you have 2 clerks who don't like each other, then they're each other's watchdogs. Be a decent person, but do not trust anyone with money. Many people are scheming to rip you off. My parents ran a meat business, Brothers Meat Market in Halifax, Canada. My mother put the daily take into a deposit chute at the bank. One of the tellers was ripping her off. The teller was acting very helpful every time my mother went to the bank to cover her tracks. This teller went on vacation, then the bank uncovered the fraud, but at that time in the 1980s, she barely got a slap on the wrist. They're now starting to give big prison sentences for white-collar crime. A cashless society is good for business because there is no cash to steal, but there will always be a black market. Your employees steal from you, then sell the stuff online. One business owner caught one of his employees stealing stuff from him when he saw him selling his stuff on eBay. In the end, good business always comes down to the people you're involved with. They can either make you or break you. Bill Gates wasn't supposed to get the first software contract for IBM desktops. If you ever watch the documentary called The Triumph of the Nerds, the creator of the operating software was an eccentric nerd who didn't seize the opportunity when IBM executives knocked at his door looking for software. He had other things to do, so he blew them off. Bill Gates bought the software from this eccentric nerd and licensed it to the IBM guys. That's how he became a billionaire. He was smart enough to see an opportunity and treat those people right when they came looking for something, not blowing them off. There was a Canadian TV show called The Liquidator. The guy Jeff Schwartz knew how to treat people right. He made money, but he was not greedy for overkill. People liked him because he ran a win-win operation. You make it in business by building long-term friendships. Watch those guys on those million-dollar listing real estate shows. Everything is about building friendships with people who can help you and you can help them. People aren't stupid. Most of them know a phony when they see one. If you're real, trying to do something useful and good, people will warm up to you faster than the hard sell guy who'll sell his soul for money. Money itself is not evil, just the love of it to the point of absurdity. You have to work hard, at least initially in any business you get into. If it catches on, you could make a lot of money later on, but virtually everybody has to pay their dues up front. Pretty well all self-made millionaires have made their fortunes through entrepreneurship, selling things. I don't particularly like how the media offers education on how to start and run a business because they're all about hype. They make it seem like it's really easy for anyone with an idea to make it big, but the truth is that some companies are lucky flukes that captured the zeitgeist at the right time. Now all their imitators are failing because they're Johnny-come-latelys. You can see the trends all the time. Fitness equipment and public gyms went to the point of absurdity from the 1980s to the 2000s. Cell phones and porn were the new gold rush in the early 2000s. Now they're down to a few companies. There is an element of good luck and bad luck in business. There's no rhyme nor reason why some businesses fail despite lots of hard work and others start up and instantly make millions. There's an intangible element to running a business. Be aware of it. You can't control what happens in society on a grand scale that could affect your business. Many of the big companies out there originally started on a shoestring. After you read through some of the complicated procedures to try to get money to start your business, you might feel discouraged. However, I assure you that most businesses that are successful today were at some point in time shaky start UPS with no money other than what the naive owner barely scraped together along with his or her guts, intelligence, and tenacity. Business is the modern frontier. It takes courage and guts to enter the arena. An intelligent plan, a belief in yourself and hard work will set you on the road to success. The greatest source of knowledge is constant analysis of your business. Entrepreneurs use feedback on their performance in order to take corrective action and improve. Learn from experience and anywhere else you can. In this book, there's plenty of information that can help you get better somehow. You could go to the business websites section, pick one website to look over every night and you still won't run out after a year or so. Visit your local library. Get to know its resources. In addition to books, many libraries offer free workshops, business videos, tapes and most of the current magazines. Ask the librarian for current copies of local zoning regulations for retail, commercial, and industrial businesses. Get familiar with new books and resources in your field, computers, healthcare, crafts, etc., as well as in business skills, advertising techniques, financing, etc. Read business magazines. I watch CNBC out of habit. The business world is an interesting field. A wide variety of local and national organizations have sprung up to serve the informational, lobbying and networking needs of business entrepreneurs. Through meetings, services, or newsletters, business trade organizations offer members everything from camaraderie to knowledge to perks such as group rates on health insurance. Many people start a business every single day. For some, the demand is there. They can get plenty of customers because people really want and need that service or product. For others, they're in a competitive market to start out with. Many people have romantic notions about starting a restaurant or bar. I've watched probably every episode of the TV show Bar Rescue with John Tapper because I wanted to see people starting a bar with easy breezy delusions only to realize it's hard, competitive and the customers don't care. If you can't serve them a good hamburger and a cold beer in a relaxed environment at a good price, they're gone to the next guy down the street, and there is always competition with bars and restaurants. The other sore spot is internet selling. Forget it for most things. Amazon, eBay, and Walmart with their Partners program have got almost every niche covered by now. You can sell through them as their partner. I was a math teacher a long time ago. A guy in my grade 10 math class said, "I don't need this stuff. I'm gonna buy a garbage truck and some garbage bins and offer a garbage removal service to people and companies." He's in business 30 years later because it's a dirty business that nobody wants to do that everybody needs. The brother of my best friend in college did this business too in another city. My friend told me he's rich now while my friend is a speech therapist going to work every day. Maybe he loves his work, but he's not in charge like a business owner who has a certain amount of freedom, which is one reason why people want to run their own businesses. I went to a college with a dental student who sold cars on the side. He got his dentist degree, but he now owns 3 car lots. Good reasons to start a business are: the opportunity to make way more money than any job. Financial security, you can get fired from any job at any time. Having said all that, you have to be smart when picking a business up front because business failures and bankruptcies are common. I see dead websites all the time, people starting businesses that failed. Big companies do market research up front. They do surveys, study the statistics on that area. It's easy on free government and private statistics websites that break areas down into many categories, and walk/drive around the area to see what's really going on. It's not as simple seeing a storefront place for rent, renting it then starting a business. You have to look around, see if people want that kind of business there. I lived in a residential neighborhood where a guy started a bar but it didn't work because in our city, Halifax, NS Canada, all the bars are downtown in one area. Most of the patrons of bars, young people, like to walk around and visit 10 bars if they want because they want to socialize and meet chicks and guys. The idea of the neighborhood bar is gone in our area. Older people sit home, watch TV, and go on the computer. They don't go out like the Brits do with their many pubs full of older people. There is always a unique idea around that could get marketed where you live. I saw an Asian trade show on video. A friend of mine went to Japan and Dubai. He said they're 10 years ahead of us in the technology they use to live. Those products don't exist around here. The market is wide open for two things. The basic things everybody needs like food, clothes, transportation, Uber, lodgings, B2B, plumbing, lights, etc. The next new thing, either a gimmick or a real, bona fide practical thing like the internet, cell phones, Facebook, Netflix, non-gas cars, etc. You can go to Alibaba, look at the products and see if there is something new that you can sell in your area or in your country. There is risk in life. You study something in school and hope there's a job at the end. Why do they offer all those soft social science majors in college that have no relevance to the real world? There is risk in love. Look at the divorce rate. There is risk in business. The best thing I can do to help any prospective business owner is to say look before you leap. Don't start something without investigating it first. How many people have created software or apps only to find it already exists? Somebody already created it. How many people have invented something to discover it's already at the store? In the end, business information is scattered all over the block. My idea was to provide a centralized clearinghouse for business information at a reasonable price. Business books go from number 650-659 at the library and are mostly between HD and HG of the Library of Congress system. HC, Economic History. HG, Finance. HJ, Public Finance. For information about e-commerce, using computers, creating a website and marketing it, try number 002-005 and number 658-659 at the library. For a good mixture of education, job, and business-related books, my favorite catalogs are adams-blake.com, adamsmedia.com, 800-872-5627, advianstar.com, 800-346-0085, journals in different fields. Belian.com, journals in different fields. Boker.com, 888 Boker 2. CareerCity.com. Canners.com, 800-395-2329, journals in a variety of fields. CareerPress.com, 800 Career 1. CD-directories.com, Insurance Directory, Bank Directory, etc. channing-bete.com, 800-628-7733, Some Job. Booklets, partial to women's subjects. Chilton.com, journals in a variety of fields. ChronicleGuidance.com. ColumbiaBooks.com. CompuSmart.ab.ca/ICDR. CPPDB.com. CrispLearning.com, 800-442-7477. Dearborn.com, DearbornTrade.com, Business. Elsevier.com, redref.com, 800-521-8110. Journals in different fields. Everything.com. Factsonfile.com. Fairchildpub.com, 800-247-6622, 800-424. 8698. Fergpubco.com, 800-306-9941. ftc.gov, 877 FTC Help, a variety of practical booklets put out by the Federal Trade Commission. Grovestockton.com, 800-221-2123. Hearstcorp.com, magazines. HEARSTMAGSB2B.com, magazines. Howtoguides.org. Idiotsguides.com. Impactpublications.com, free e-zine. Industryclick.com, many magazines. Infotoday.com. Intertech.com, 800-441-0294, journals in different fields. jbpub.com. jist.com, general@jist.com, 800-648-5478. Jobfindersonline.com, 3 books. Professionals Job Finder, Nonprofits and Education Job Finder and Government Job Finder. Jobfindersonline.com, 888-366-5200. JossyEbase.com. Kaplan.com, some test books. KennedyInfo.com, KennedyPub.com, 800-531-0007. Learnatist.com, 888-551-5627, books about career aptitude tests. LibraryResource.com. MFI.com, 800-447-0138, 800-255-2824, Miller. Freeman, journals in several fields. NACEweb.org, National Association of Colleges and Employers, publishes a Job Choices series. Books for job searching in business and science, engineering and technology. NewPaggyBooks.com. NewSociety.com, 800-567-6772, New Age Type. Books, some about work. OmniGraphics.com. OriExpress.com, 800-457 Oryx. Penton.com, Occupational Mags. Petersons.com. PilotBooks.com. PipelinePress.com. PrimaPublishing.com. ProductivePublications.ca. 800-829-1317. ProductivePublications.com, 800-850-4636. Prospectus.com. Pueblo.gsa.gov, 888-8 Pueblo, lots of free and inexpensive booklets about the practical things of life by the federal government. Redref.com, several journals in different fields. SEARCH-ASSOCIATES.com. SELF-COUNSEL.com. Sourcebooks.com. Stonebridge.com. Surreybooks.com. Tenspeed.com. Toddpublications.com. Uniworld.com, Directory of American Firms operating in foreign countries. Weatherhill.com. Wiley.com/products/worldwide. Vacationwork.co.uk. Entrepreneur magazines. Small Business Development Catalog. POG 1625. Des Plaines, Illinois 60017. 800-421-2300. Entrepreneur.com. EntrepreneurMag.com.